Thank you very much. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, academic authorities, and members of the university teaching staff, distinguished colleagues from other universities, students, friends, ladies and gentlemen. It's my great honor and pleasure as President of the University Senate of University American College Skopje to welcome you all to the solemn ceremony of awarding the title Honorary Professor, Professor Honoris Causa. Today's ceremony is one of the most significant and symbolic events a university can hold. Today, we welcome two international renewed professors, deservedly invested as Professors Honoris Causa, due to both the honor they merit and the honor they bestow upon us. We all agree that education is a process of learning and extending cultures, and it is a fundamental tool for social progress, since it contributes to the betterment of the human condition to greater knowledge, health, living circumstances, social equality, and productivity. Education is a strong change agent that improves people's health and livelihoods, helps to social stability, and propels long-term social progress. Education process is both rewarding and challenging. And going through this process with joint forces, expertise and experience from distinguished colleagues and friends makes the outcome of this effort successful, acknowledged and recognized by our students, by our society, and by our partners and friends. The title Professor Honoris Causa, in accordance with the Macedonian law, is awarded to distinguished professors from a university in the Republic of North Macedonia and from abroad. The title is conferred on individuals who have made an exceptional contribution to education and science, and thus to the whole society. A Professor Honoris Causa is the highest academic title that the University American College Skopje awards to distinguished and dedicated professors, an honorary designation which carries neither salary or other forms of compensation nor tenure, but instead signifies the esteem of the faculty and the administration for the individual and his or her contributions. These are distinguished individuals whom the university wishes to appoint, honor, and to work with in developing high-quality education and research. In the history of the university, 3 times have been awarded the title Professor Honoris Causa. The first awarded honorary professor, the late Professor Gaspar Biro, on 19th of June 2010. This is the date when the first master thesis in political science was defended at the university. Professor Gaspar Biro was appointed even a rector at the University American College Skopje on the 2nd of June 2008. The title honorary professor was awarded for his exceptional contribution to the development of the university and for his outstanding achievements in political science, the advancements of human rights, and the protection of the minorities. The late Professor Zlatko Milovanovic was bestowed with the title on the 22nd of August 2012. Professor Milovanovic served as Vice Rector for International Relations and University Development from 2007 to 2012. He favored internationalization of our university and it increased cooperation with universities in several parts of the world. He jointly worked with us on many international accreditation. And Professor Jeremy Krips, who is among us, received the title Honorary Professor on the 14th of May 2014 for his outstanding contribution to the development of the scientific thought and education, an eminent academic, but also an experienced professional with broad international experience. In accordance with Article 94 and 184 of the Law of the Higher Education, and Article 23 and 104 of the Statute of the University American College Skopje, and following the decision on awarding the title of Honorary Professor from the Scientific Council of the School of Political Science on the 8th of April 2022, and the decision to give consent for awarding the title of Honorary Professor from the Rector's Office of 12th of May 2022, the University Senate on its 8th session held on the 13th of May 2022, adopted a decision on awarding the title of Professor Honoris Causa of the University American College Skopje to Professor Robert Hudson. I invite Professor Jeremy Krips, as the last awarded honorary professor at the university, to read the rationale and officially bestow the title of Professor Honoris Causa on Professor Robert Hudson. Professor. Here. Professor Krips here.
Yeah.
Here.
Oh, here. Okay. Get to the right place. Thank you. Thank you. Well, it's a great honor to be here. It's nice, isn't it, to be actually sort of not COVID bound and to have this conference that's not virtual. Of course, when you listen to me, you may disagree, but nevertheless, I got everybody else to listen to, and it's going to be fun. So, it's a tremendous privilege and a great honor to stand here and welcome Robert to our group, as you might describe it. Robert started his teaching career at the University of Exeter quite a long time ago. I don't know if I should mention the dates, but so at my age you get a little bit sensitive about that. He's gained a diploma in French language from the Institute of Linguistics and completed his MPhil in French history at Exeter. A little surprising for an Englishman, but nevertheless, okay. He took up a university teaching post in France at the University of Rennes. Lovely place to be, and was really very involved in French-English, English-French translation, something that we share in the sense that my translation has been with Middle Italian under Pacioli and English. So it's as translators, there's many things you share. He then went on and became a lecturer in Derby, the University of Derby, and he established the biggest Erasmus exchange program, which has been very helpful for many, many students. At the University of Derby, he held the post of senior lecturer in European studies and history, and he became a Jean Monnet. I've got to be careful with French, I mean, being English now. And took part in the Soros-founded summer school in Serbia and Montenegro the last year of the war. He served 6 missions with the OSCE, and they were in Serbia, well, I guess in all the countries. Serbia, yeah, I won't go into it because we all know where they are. He gained his doctorate from the University of Derby in, we must leave out the dates, I'm not going to do that, on identity formation and conflict, which he is an expert. And Robert received the Staff Certificate of Excellence in Promising Research from the University of Derby, and then became a reader in European history. Readers, is everybody familiar with the reader? In Europe, I mean, from the American perspective, the reader is not always seen as well understood as it is in England, because as I remember, a reader is a full professor and are usually very distinguished. And he went on to found the Identity, Conflict and Representation Research Group, which became a major research center under his lead, and I think still continues. Absolutely. He joined the teaching faculty of the School of Political Science here at University American College, and has been working here on and off, and is about to produce this excellent book. I've seen the cover, and that is absolutely first class, so I imagine the contents will be as good as that. He contributed to the early stages of helping to develop the European Non-Territorial Autonomy Network, an EU cost-funded program researching into minority issues and non-territorial autonomy arrangements, and chaired by the University American College. So again, great distinction for the university which he has provided. At Christmas 2020, he was made Emeritus Professor in European History at the University of Derby, where he continues to supervise PhD students there, and also participate in the East Midlands, where he has over 100 publications to his name. Golly, just thinking about it, yeah, including 16 edited and co-authored books. It sometimes makes one think about the different disciplines at a university, in the sense that, of course, in the areas of history and so on, you have to write so much more. My area, coming from finance and accounting, is just limited to numbers, which is a little bit easier. And anyhow, these numerous achievements of Professor Hudson, and particularly the way he's been representing the university, and of course the University of Derby, has made a special contribution, all sorts of developments in scientific thought and education, and particularly to the development of higher education activities here at University American College. And that is why the University Senate, in their wisdom, awarded him the title of Honorary Professor, Professor Honoris Causa, at the University American College. And it's my very pleasant duty to congratulate Robert and to present him here. If I've got the order right, I'm still underwater. Congratulations. Oh, you've got it? Oh, no.
That's good stuff. Yes, we should do.
Not for this, I think, but again.
We could press.
This is the light entertainment.
I feel like I'm joining a special order.
Well, you are. Yes.
Well, it is.
You get told about the secret handshake.
Distinguished colleagues, can you come to the microphone?
Oh, right. I think yes, you get a chance here.
We have the technology. Distinguished colleagues, Rector, Vice Rector, fellow academics, colleagues, students, it's been a great pleasure to work here in Macedonia over the past 10 years now, and I have enjoyed many of the activities that I've done here in Skopje, both the teaching of students, working on master's theses and carrying out exams, and especially doing some of the editorial work with my colleague Ivan Dudovsky, Professor Dudovsky, and of course the book that is now currently in process of publication. So I'm absolutely delighted to be here. This is the highest academic honour that I've ever received, and I'm eternally and deeply grateful. And I'll finish by one thing: Blagodaram.
Yes, congratulations. Okay, in accordance with Article 94 and 184 of the Law of the Higher Education and Article 23 and 104 of the Statute of the University American College Skopje, and following the decision on awarding the title of Honorary Professor from the Scientific Council of the School of Business, Economics and Management on the 11th of May 2022, and the decision to give consent for awarding the title of Professor Honoris Causa from the Rector's Office of 12th of May 2022, the University Senate on its 18th session held on the 13th of May 2022 adopted the decision on awarding the title of Professor Honoris Causa of the University American College Skopje to Professor Luca Gnan. I invite again Professor Jeremy Cripps as the last awarded to bestow the title.
Thank you very much. It's a great honor. Professor Luca Gnan, we don't know each other all that well. I do know that he is a professor of organizational behavior at University of Rome Tor Vergata, the with the nice title of being the University of Tomorrow. He's taught at many universities, well, several universities in the world, and in the period from 1995 to 2005, he assumed the post of assistant professor at the Bocconi University in Milan. Wonderful university, and I'm sure you had a wonderful time there. And then from 2003 to 2008, he was director of the master's program in business strategy, big area nowadays, particularly at Bocconi, and at the same university. He was then moved basically to take over Tor Vergata, and took over the program there. He was also involved with the administration of the MBA program in great detail. Currently, he's a full professor of organizational behavior and past director of the undergraduate course is in business and economics. Professor Gnan is the president of the Italian Academy of Organization Studies and past president of the European Academy, EURAM, and member state of the Senate of Tor Vergata. He's involved in a number of academic and public associations. He's editor-in-chief of the International Journal of Transition and Innovation and acts as guest editor of many other scientific journals, and is very well published, as you would imagine, on topics particularly, of course, related to family business governance and corporate and public governance. He's got a total of, over 180 publications, which, as I say, when you come from the finance and accounting end of the MBA, that is pretty staggering. Very impressive. Anyhow, Professor has been collaborating with the University American College for many years. He's the main initiator, along with Marjan, for establishing a joint degree academic program in business administration and economics between the University of Rome Tor Vergata and University American College. A very, very, very beneficial program, I think, for potential for students in North Macedonia. Very important. The official agreement's been signed in 2017, and it's officially started with some enrollment of students and is going very well. He teaches both undergraduate and postgraduate courses for the students here at University American College, of course, as well as his work in Tor Vergata. He's collaborated also as an examiner on a large number of master's theses. Again, from the academic point of view, an extremely important role, because students who get helpful advisors are absolutely invaluable. And I think that from the Senate's point of view, and certainly from my view as a colleague, advising on master's thesis and providing the encouragement that some students need is absolutely invaluable. Since 2018, he serves as a member of the International Academic Council, offering his consultancy, of course, and partnerships and a number of collaboration activities. And in 2019, he joined the 14th Annual International Conference here, and has been coming, I think, ever since, yeah. And so he serves here as a member of the editorial board of AICPA, of the proceedings, and he's also, I mean, the journal itself is internationally peer-reviewed and therefore very important. Considering all these achievements, Professor Luca Gnan has made really a very special contribution and a big international contribution to the university. And so it's a very great pleasure and a very great honor to invite him to join us, because we've now got Robert as well. Many congratulations. And I don't know how you like this. It's a photographer. You can't lose photographers. It's difficult to focus, it's quite small.
Gentlemen, we give the...
Yes, yes, oh yes. I'm better at this the second time. Yes, yes. Well, you should have the two beside you. I'll go on the edge.
Thank you very much for participating in our great and honored ceremony. We end here, and I invite you, on behalf of the organization of the conference, for a coffee break outside. Thank you very much.